It's early morning, and Kevin, Mark, and Rasan are preparing meals. All three currently reside in group homes. Kevin in the Hudson Valley, Mark and Rasan on Long Island. But all three share something in common. They've all spent time inside institutional settings and are now getting a fresh start towards achieving their own independence.
I was locked up a long time ago. No freedom or nothing. Can't do nothing. You gotta stay in the ward instead of staff.
When I first met Kevin was about 2 years ago, right? Kevin was a very quiet individual, right? Yeah. Kevin spent a lot of time in his room, didn't really socialize, interact too much. From the day one till today is a major difference. Kevin now is up every day. He waits for me to come in at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's kind of like, okay, where are we going? What are we doing? Like the bookstore, he enjoys going there.
And they have, the lady, Elant.
At Elant, the nursing home, he volunteers there, packing bingo chips, which he really enjoys. Kevin knows the schedule, yeah. We have a Monday through Friday schedule lined up. He usually waits for me to come in to do his breakfast and things like that. I help him, we get the breakfasts done, and then from there we either make our lunches or we'll eat lunch when we come back. A lot of times we'll pack lunches in the morning and then we're out for the day. Yep, just like that. You can put it down on the doorframe. There you go.
There it goes.
Yep.
I did it.
You did it, of course you did it.
Took my time.
Took your time. Go ahead and put the bread right on top of that. We're not going to cut that. It'll be easier if we just leave it like that. Thursdays is our Meals on Wheels day, where we're pretty much out the whole day. He has forged relationships with the people on the route, so they look forward to Kevin each Thursday, so they know him, and he's definitely one of the good person in the community.
Kevin's also an avid collector and reader, and since moving into the group residence, has become more comfortable with sharing his knowledge.
I got a lot of superheroes. I like all the bad guys, like all superheroes from DC Comics, Marvel, Star Trek, Kirk and all that stuff.
He can read a novel, like real thick novels, from end to end, and knows every word. He teaches me. Kevin will get an item from the flea market. He'll get that item for, what did you get? What did you buy this weekend?
Freemason.
What was the item that you purchased?
$1 bill.
A $1 bill?
$2 bill.
A $2 bill, and what else?
2 bars.
And 2 bars. And those bars were the Freemason
and King Tut.
And King Tut. So what Kevin does, as soon as he purchases the item, he'll come back and then he'll ask the staff to help him log on to the computer, and he will learn everything he can possibly learn about that item that he picked up at the flea market or wherever he picked it up, and then he will teach me everything about that item. So it's really kind of cool how knowledgeable and how smart Kevin really lets us all know about now. OPWDD has afforded us the opportunities to be able to provide Kevin with the daily pre-vocational services. So the pre-vocational services line up along volunteer work, money skills, shopping skills, anything that has to do with gaining the knowledge to build his employment skills.
I think it's important that the community understand that there are people out there with a lot of talent. Just because they have a disability in a certain area, as I said before, we all do, but they have abilities in a certain area, as we all do. So it's a understanding, it's a teachable moment that you have other people that you're teaching things to, just like you would teach an apprentice.
Among all of the activities that are packed into Kevin's schedule, nothing compares to his weekly visit to Friends Bookstore.
We try to look for things that are person-centered for each individual. Books were definitely a very important component to Kevin's happiness, honestly, and therefore we reached out to try to find something that would be a perfect match for him. and this is it. It worked out really well because when Kevin comes in, he does the cleaning of the bathrooms, and then from there, he gets to pick out a book, and we get that approved through Mike, and then who runs the store.
Kevin is one of the most industrious people here, and a while back Maria said, you know, he loves books. If there's any books that he can take, I will ask you about it. If he can take them, he would love it. So I said, sure. So he comes in, does an excellent job on our bathroom. I mean, it is spotless, and he takes a book.
It's Christmas. Christmas.
So that book makes you happy?
Yeah, Santa Claus. This is the history. I like history.
He is at a point from 2 years to today where his growth has exceeded the expectations, I think, of most people.
But our story doesn't end there, because at the end of our interview, Kevin invited us into his room to get a very rare glimpse at his private collection.
Justice League, Puzzle, Spider-Man, X-Men, Star Trek, Gremlins. Got that?
Mm-hmm. The fact that you guys were able to go into his room, I still, when I tell the rest of the staff that happened, they're going to be like, what? Because it is something that Kevin has not ever done to any other people coming into this house. For Kevin to be very, not only open to you going in, but proud to show you his things, I was really happy to see that, because that means that he really is starting to understand how far he has come. From being someone to sleep with all his belongings in his bed with him, out of fear of someone stealing them, to now opening his door and showing you the plethora of belongings that he has acquired and being able to describe them all to you with that smile on his face. He's come a very long way.
There's just no stopping him. He's ready. He's ready to just keep moving forward, which if this program didn't exist, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious where he would be. He talks about how, you know, moving here has been a wonderful experience for him and for all of us, honestly. I mean, he's just a really happy person today, right?
Yep.
You can jump in anytime here. Do you have anything to add about living here?
Yeah, I like it.
You do like it here?
I like it. She's a good staff, man. Good stuff. She's number one staff.
Unlike Kevin, Rasan and Mark are both rather new to their Huntington, Long Island residence. But what's not new is their relationship, which began when Mark was only 13 years old.
Rasan and Mark have been together for quite some time, very familiar with each other, they trust each other. We're talking about two individuals who've known each other for over 18 years.
I mean, we're brothers. We knew each other for the past 19 years, and we pray a lot. We can pray a lot, and we help out each other as teamwork. It's teamwork here.
We didn't have a lot of good friends. Like most of the people wanted to get in trouble and, you know, start fights. And me and him stood together, you know, and we hanged out, you know, we supported each other. I helped him out with different situations. He helped me out, you know, and, you know, became good friends, and, you know, and then we moved different place, and when we were in Mastic, we were in Mastic before, and then we heard about this place.
Speaking to staff members that have worked with them at other houses in the agency, as opposed to now, they're more independent. Mark and Rasan are on med goals, completing household chores, vocalizing what issues they have, definitely better communication. They definitely are very excited for what's coming in the future.
Here is freedom. I get to go out. I get to, you know, go to the library, go home every week. It's more independent living. It shows that, you know, I'm more reliable on myself. I could go walk outside, and I don't know about staff being directly on me, you know, and we cook our own food, eat what we, you know, we choose our own food, what we want to eat, you know.
Well, they're different here. Very kind. Very talented people.
A big thing is independence and promoting that independence, which OPWDD and the agency see eye to eye, and we definitely want to empower these individuals, and we're definitely going in the right direction. There was an opportunity that came across us 2 to 3 weeks ago where they would be working at a car wash. They have a job coach, and part of the job of a job coach is to make sure the necessary paperwork is filled out correctly, and he pretty much oversees and oversees the paperwork aspect of the hiring process. Also, he has met and interviewed Rasan and Mark to also ensure that they are appropriate and that they would be able to physically and mentally complete the job tasks, which they were. And we know both Mark and Rasan do have experience and knowledge in cars, so I believe it was the perfect fit and perfect timing.
In Rasan's case, his experience with cars also includes a rather impressive car collection.
Well, I mean, as you can see him, I go way back then now of cars, but cars in order back then, 60s, 70s, and early 2000s, and this kind of I'm a bit I like cars a lot.
But the truly special part of the story is that for the first time, both Mark and Rasan are beginning to establish separate goals for themselves as they look to the future as individuals.
I wanted to drive so bad, I find pretty cool. Because the days of practice, I drive. Actually, I put my mind to it. If we do it, I could do another drive. But as I said, the big things I need. My permanent, that's a place, car insurance.
My dreams for the future is getting married, having kids, and living a normal life.
Mark has openly told staff and other team members his desire to possibly have a family of his own one day, live in an apartment with less restrictions, more freedom, which he believes it's something that he could 100% attain. Does understand that it will take time. I think they'll always remain friends, but I also believe once you give someone that independence, that freedom, they could turn into the person that they want to be, have their own dreams. I hope for that.